All right, we've got to unload a classic here. Oh man, isn't this beautiful? All right, so what we've got here is a Ford Mark IV. This is one of my favorite Redlines. These are gorgeous. Look at that engine. Okay, so these are actually kind of hard to find. Usually this is broken, so these are hard to find cheaply. When you find them all together, they're have a little bit of a value. So you can see here in my book, it's from the 1969 line. Spectraflame right here, but you might be saying, hey, this is in red enamel. It's obviously not that old, because these were Spectraflame back then, right? Well, if you look here in my variation guide, you can see it's also available in red enamel. So this is one of the red enamel variations. Now, man, this is tough, because part of me wants to just bring this back to its original with the red enamel, but I don't like the red enamel. Much rather have the Spectraflame. So, what to do? I think I'll probably Spectraflame it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So if you're not familiar with restoring these, you may be wondering, why did I just do that? Well, these rivets are rounded, and I have to drill this out and be able to get into here. And if I try to drill this out without that punch that I just put there, you can see that little dimple, then my drill bit could skip around and I could damage the base. So just trying to be careful. This one I don't have to do it because it's already got a little dimple there. Makes it easy for me. Base is really dirty, but it's in very good cosmetic shape. Boy, those caps are almost just repair them. I'll tell you, I might keep the original. We'll see. Oh, the interior sticks to the window. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. That looks to be, I mean, it's scuffed up, but for being 54 years old, it's dirty, but it's not bad. Surprisingly good, honestly. Same with the interior. So these posts, pretty shallow, but not far from the worst I've ever seen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to file these flat, and then I'm going to go ahead and drill pilot holes for the screws. I found that if I don't do that now, I'll forget, and then I'll have this all done and pretty, and then I'll have to put it down here and drill those and have the chance of scratching this. So I'm going to do that now. So it's very tempting to try and disassemble this whole thing, so to take this rear cover off. If you look here, these are just clips, and if you tried to remove this, I'm not saying it's impossible, but you run the high risk of breaking them. Once you break them, man, that just adds a lot more work, if it's even possible to get it back to where it was before. So this is going to stay on. I know it does make it a little bit more complex when it comes to painting it, but it's really not that bad when you look at it. So these use the bearing style wheels, and I'm going to try and save them. It's going to save me some money, and it'll make it more, realistic, like the original. So what you do is you just got to gently pull them off, and they just come right off. These axles are actually pretty delicate. Got to be careful with those. So we got 3 different types of components here that we're going to have to deal with. We have the base, we got the casting, and then we got all the plastic parts. Plastic parts are going to go in the ultrasonic cleaner. The casting is going to go in the stripper tank. And the base is going to go in the sulfamic acid. Now this is the only one I need to really watch. These other 2 can stay in there as long as they want. This one, I need to be careful. I particularly don't want it to eat away at the bearings. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've done this, so this may be a really bad idea. We'll see. So the sulfamic acid is going to eat away at the corrosion on that base. Takes a while, maybe about 15 minutes, but you can already start to see the bubbles where there's the chemical reaction. And that'll allow us to shine it up without doing any damage to the metal if I don't leave it in there for too long. So the ultrasonic cleaner is very similar to magic. Look what I did with that windshield. it's like brand new. It's awesome. I might polish this up, but I might not either. I mean, it looks pretty great. Same thing with this. Still need to dry it off, but hardly had it. I actually didn't do any scrubbing. I see a little bit of dirt coming off of this one. And the wheels, they're looking really good too. I know they look scuffed up. I'll be able to repaint the chrome in there really easily. Yeah, this is going great. So I've had a lot of trouble recently with some restorations. I tried some new techniques that did not work, or I'm still perfecting. So I actually had 2 projects that didn't work. So that's why I'm doing this easier one. Sometimes you need an easy one to regroup after something doesn't go well. So the sulfamic acid continues to cook away at that. I'm about to bring it out. Well, that cleaned up really nice. In fact, I think I might just go ahead and polish it. Why not? Hey, look at that. Well, that looks pretty good. Yeah, definitely good enough. Who cares about the inside? The outside looks great. All right, so do they look as nice as the replacements would? No. But, I mean, you're seeing it a lot larger than I can. And someone that's just looking at it on a shelf, it'd look brand new. So this looks really good. The body actually looks excellent. We got a lot of zinc still on there, it looks to me. It was really difficult to get everything out of all these crooks and crannies. I eventually got it. We do have some corrosion, particularly right there, and you can see when the light hits it, a few spots. So we are going to have to take care of that corrosion. I don't have an electropolisher. I wish I did, but I don't have that set up yet. So I'm going to have to dip this in the sulfamic acid for just a few minutes, and then we will put another few layers of zinc on top of that. So that did an amazing job of taking care of the corrosion, almost like an eraser. I did notice that we got a little bit of dents in the front from it has been, run into things. I'm not going to do much here, but I'm going to sand this down a little bit. Same thing in the back where it's been rear-ended. So the next is to be zinc plated. So I'm going to degrease it and then put it in the zinker. Well, that actually was not much work. And man, that looks good. So there's really not a lot of zinc. This is a pretty thin layer of zinc, but it cleaned up really nice. So what we have left to do is to paint it, and I think I'm going to use some red. Since this was originally red, we'll go with the Spectraflame Red. Also, the Spectraflame Red was one of the more rare colors. It wasn't the rarest, but it was close. And so I think that makes it kind of cool. While we're here, I want to show you this thing. This is going to be soon a Restore. This is a Barclay. Man, I think these are so cool. What I'm really working on is trying to recreate these rubber wheels. So I'm trying to figure out a manufacturing process so I don't have to buy these, because that's like $10 to get one for each car, and I've got like a bucket of these. So I'm trying to figure out how to make these, and I'm running into all sorts of problems, but that'll be another video. I never cease to be blown away by this Spectraflame paint by the Redline shop. Every time I do anything with this, it just looks gorgeous. So this is the paint I'm talking about. I'm not sponsored by the Redline shop. I mean, I would love to be, but I'm not. I do love their product though. Wow. It's so easy to use and looks just gorgeous. Let's put it back together. So we got the glass. I really didn't do anything with that. It was in really good shape besides clean it. Surprisingly good shape. This is also in very good shape. Beautiful base. Oh, wow, that is a beautiful car. Look at that. Such a nice restoration. Okay, so originally these, I saw a lot of pictures with stickers on these, and some of the pictures, there were stickers, some there wasn't. And I was wondering, well, maybe they just fell off. I wasn't sure if kids put them on or if that was from the factory. I found an actual picture of one of these in a package. And sure enough, it did. The stickers were something that you could choose to put on or off. I think the stickers are hideous. I hate them. So I'm going to leave them off. And I'm going to leave it like this. Oh, man. So nice. So nice. So if you remember, this is the before. And now we have the after. And I hope you guys enjoyed this restoration. I know I did. And I'm so pleased that I was able to keep all of the original parts aside from the paint. And yeah, well, thanks for joining me. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye. Vroom, 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 vroom.